you guys? It's your girl Alee G, the weird, crazy, wild child. You already know. Welcome back to today's video. Actually, it's not just any video. It's our owl talk video, where we sip on some tea or coffee, whatever it is you prefer. And we talk about the quote of the day. Today's quote of the day is, "A man is what he thinks about all day long." So, obviously, it's talking about what we think about. And there's a million thoughts that come into our heads all throughout the day. To control them or to manage them requires a lot of discipline. Lots of discipline, consistency. From my personal experience, or my take on this, it has to do a lot with what I'm hearing on a daily basis, obviously. And I used to listen to a lot of music just because I knew the lyrics, because I liked the song, but not really paid attention, or I never really paid attention to the lyrics and what it actually said. Probably unconsciously I did, but I never really paid attention pretty much to the lyrics. When I did, I wondered why I was feeling the way I was. Confused. I didn't like exactly what it said. It's not something I would have wanted to attract into my world, but yet again, I would listen to this every day. So it took a while. I'm still, even until today, I'm still cautious about what I listen to, but it's also a bit challenging sometimes. I just keep being consistent. That's what's helped, because now that I've gone into this whole world of noticing everything, I notice things now. Maybe not as much as I would like to, but definitely I notice a lot more than what I used to before. And to discipline my mind, it's not an easy task, but I've incorporated affirmations into my morning rituals. Affirmations, I'm not sure if you guys know what they are. If you do, those are my friends. And you can comment down below which one is your favorite affirmation, or which are a couple of your favorite affirmations. If you don't know, it's basically anything you put out after I am, and whatever it is you want to be, you would like to be, or that you are. Just to retrain your brain to not see things as, I wish this was me. Because when you put I wish instead of I am, it's just I wish, like I'm not there yet, I would like to be, but then it kind of changes things when you just tweak that little word into, instead of I wish, it's I am, because now your brain is thinking about this is what you are. Your mind is literally going all over the place, trying to pick and choose all of these things that you say you are and attracting them into your life. So affirmations is one thing you can use to reprogram or, rewire your brain. The more you do it, or if you do it when you're waking up and then before you're going to bed, that helps a lot. But like I said, it's consistency. Meditate while you're sleeping. I do meditate while I sleep. That's another thing I incorporated in my night routine. Listening to affirmations while I'm sleeping that are about self-love, prosperity, abundance, anything that it is that you want to attract, pretty much. So I pick the video, obviously, you know, to sleep I at least have to have 8 hours. Sometimes I sleep less than that, but the videos that I choose are 7 to 8 hours long. I listen to it on my TV and it's playing all throughout the night. It is recommended though to listen to a video, whatever video you choose, with your headphones on. I need to buy some headphones. But that's likely more recommended because you're literally, you know, listening to it directly. It's optional. I mean, this has been working for me on my TV, but yeah. What else? You can also set an alarm throughout the day. Now, I don't do this personally, but if it helps you, if it's a way that it'll help you do that or accomplish that, you can set an alarm throughout the day just to remind yourself, what am I listening to right now? Is it positive? Is it uplifting? If it's not, why? Or how can I change that and make it more positive and uplifting? You know, but you're catching yourself, or you're just getting into the habit of noticing your thoughts, period. And then just work your way into finally controlling them and switching them around. But obviously the first thing is to notice when they're happening. And throughout the day, maybe setting an alarm can help for you. I personally just, especially when I'm having a bad moment, I catch myself now. And, you know, I had to definitely work my way there, because I used to just forget about it, and I'm just like, wait a minute, I was thinking about that earlier. Why didn't I catch myself then and, you know, change the way I feel in the moment? But you'll eventually get there if you keep being persistent at it. I catch myself now and I try to change my state of mind if it's making me feel bad to something that's going to make me feel good. Changing your environment. So this is the neatest thing about having my own place. I've been so blessed with that. I used to roommate a lot, and rooming with someone can only give you so much liberty, or let's just call it that. But, you know, while I was rooming, for me, I have to see things too. The more I hear, yes, that's when the affirmations come into play. Listening to audios on my way to work or coming home, on the drive to wherever I'm going. Listening to audios, what else? Just listening helps. But also looking at it. It's just something weird when you're like listening to a word and then looking at it. It's like a mental picture. I also have to look at it. And a vision board for me at that time, especially when I felt like I was going through some tough time and I was trying to get out of it, I needed to see who I wanted to become, to constantly remind myself where I want to go. And a vision board for me was very important. I do have a vision board right behind me, you know, above my desk. But at the time when I was rooming with my friend, I couldn't hang up anything. And I didn't live there too long, but the time being, every day counts, literally. Anything you're doing, any baby steps you're taking will count. So even though I wasn't there for that long, the time I was there and I was trying to get out of it, I mean, at that time I you know, did the best I could with also journaling, but being able to see it. So I remember I went to the 99-cent store. I'm not sure if you guys used to do projects in high school or in school, whatever. Those big cardboards with the flaps that close and then you open and it's like a huge board, whatever. So I turned that into my vision board, where I could, open it when I was alone or whatever the case is, or when I needed to see it, and then store it back behind the bed or somewhere where it wouldn't bother anyone. But it's not the same thing as literally just having it up in your wall and looking at it. I spend my time journaling in my desk, or just brainstorming or organizing, whatever the case is, but I'm usually in my desk, where let's say I'm just like thinking about things and I'm just swinging my chair around, just looking, thinking. I can see that, and that's very important to me. Changing my environment or having my own space was such a big deal for me, because now I can control what I see, how I decorate. Obviously, the no rules is, you can not wash the dishes for like a whole week, and who's gonna tell you anything? That was not the case for me. That was not important for me. What was important for me is being able to set things the way I wanted them to. I was so blessed for that, though, because at that time it did help me so much financially, and I can't be more grateful, and I still am. But when I finally got my own place, thank God, I have like a little cubby to organize my stuff that says peace. What else? I have quoted frames. I choose faith over fear. What else? I have Spanish quotes too. La mente lo es todo. Lo que piensas lo eres. And that's kind of the quote of the day, just in Spanish. Every day may not be good, but there is something good every day. So love is all you need. All of these little things that I just look around and I'm able to see. But that's because I chose to. When you're rooming, you don't it's hard. It's a little harder. Because it's not your own place. You're just, borrowing it, I guess. I don't know. I was able to definitely hang up my vision board, which is what I love to see all the time. Just constantly reminding myself where I want to go, what I'm doing right now that's gonna get me there. To redirect your mind, like I said, it is gonna be tough, and we know we all have those doubts in our heads. Sometimes we can be our worst enemy, but trying to beat the self-talk, not by beating it, but we obviously know the self-talk is there because we try to bring ourselves down all the time. But when you're in whatever situation you're in and you get, you start self-talking to yourself, respond to that in your inner self. Prove yourself wrong. Reply to yourself. That's the note that I took from, because I do listen to a lot of audios on YouTube, and this was from Motivation Madness, or Madness Motivation is their channel. I forgot what it was, but they're audios, and that's what he goes over. Replying to yourself. So if you say to yourself, I'm the worst person in the world, like, we can't really have, if we really think about it, we're just saying that out of nothing. Because if you look for ways, when you're responding to yourself, try to get evidence and respond to yourself, so it can, switch that thought that you just said to yourself. When you're saying, I'm probably not going to get hired anywhere, that's something our negative self would say, and responding to it would be something like, but if I keep applying and trying the best that I possibly can, I'll get hired. Like trying to prove yourself wrong, looking at taking evidence, because that's what our brain sometimes needs. When it's negative self-talking to us, it's from nothing really. But when we choose to respond to ourselves instead of just taking in whatever they're saying, it's like taking crap from someone else. You know what I mean? Taking crap from someone else is just, since it's ourselves, we don't have that instinct to talk back to it. But it's the same thing as someone that's standing right in front of you talking smack to you. Are you going to let that happen, or are you going to say something back to it? And obviously it's not going to be like, that's true, man. That is true. I am the worst girl in the whole wide world. Like, excuse me? You know, that's the instinct we have. So if we tend to do that to our self-talk, obviously not with attitude, but getting evidence when you respond to your negative self, then you start redirecting your brain to think about ways to be a better person. You know, I used to think I was the worst person in the whole wide world, but really? Was I? No. And, you know, pinning out, well, you know, I actually did this. I mean, it didn't happen as I wanted to, but if I keep focusing on, you know, doing this, and this, I am going to feel like I'm on top of the world. You know what I mean? Whatever helps you, honestly, but catching that. The first step is to notice anytime you're thinking a bad thought. Catch that and try to switch it into a more positive one. Figuring out, who do you really want to be? Maybe you can't be that person from one day to another, but like I was mentioning before, anything you do on a daily basis may not seem like, oh my gosh, such a big deal. But trust me, it will add up, and it is important. Everything you do are little baby steps, and it's progress to where you want to go, where you want to be, who you want to become. Tom Hopkins says, repeat anything often enough and it will start to become you. But you have to be consistent. You have to know, obviously, who you want to be and know what it takes to be that somebody, and just keep going at it repeatedly. Just as, you know, it wasn't easy. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't easy. One of my tasks was to meditate while I'm sleeping. I would do it for so long, and then working out from home too. I would do it for so long, and I mean, the most I have done it was 2-3 weeks, and then I would stop. The consistency wasn't there. I got in that, you know, I was fired up in the beginning, and then I just let it all fade away. From Think and Grow Rich. If you have not read that book, I recommend you read it. No one is ready for a thing until he believes he can acquire it. State of mind must be belief. You have to believe in yourself too. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. So what I've come to learn is, yes, it's beautiful when other people believe in you, when other people support you, but you have to learn to be your own motivational self, your own cheerleader. It's hard at first, but all these little baby steps, you know, if you even do one thing for, let's say, 90 days, you decide to try it for 90 days. I mean, like Jim Rohn says, try it for 90 days. If it doesn't work out for you, you can always go back to being your old worst self, you know, getting caught up in the rat race and that mentality as well, letting society control your thoughts, whatever the case is. But you can always go back to being that person. But trying it for I mean, it takes 21 days to create a habit. If you do it consistently, I promise you're not going to be the same person. And it's progress. Even if it's a little smidge, even if it's the fact that after these 90 days or 21 days, you catch yourself saying, oh my gosh, I'm noticing my bad thoughts now. Even if it's that little. If it's that little, you have done progress, okay? Learn how to turn self-doubt into an energy source and to metabolize fear into a result-producing adrenaline. From Michael Strahan. I love that quote because we all have self-doubt. It's not going to go away. We all, you know, tend to have that fear. I have that self-doubt and that fear sometimes, but it's where I'm able to control it. And of course, it took persistency, it took consistency, And discipline. I had to decide, though. I had to bring myself to making a decision that this is what I really wanted, because this was going to help me. This was going to be self-growth for me, to where I can feel good. You know, things happen, people happen, and we tend to let that take a toll in us, when in reality, if it happens, it's the way you think about things, it's the way you see things. How you communicate to yourself is what Tony Robbins said, and it is really true. Instead of letting self-doubt take a toll on you, see it as an energy source. And the fear, we all have fear. We all think it's bad, it's horrendous or whatnot. But when we look at it in a different perspective, fear is an emotion that is trying to let us know something. We just don't listen to it because other people say, other people think, society thinks that it's bad and it's ugly, we shouldn't have it, whatever the case is. But when you listen to that, then you're not listening to yourself. You're taking in what other people are saying, are thinking. You're taking in their thoughts. It's not your own. We have to embrace our own thoughts. We have to get to know ourselves, know what we're thinking, you know, listening to ourselves, not other people, and choosing how to deal with it. And fear, honestly, can definitely be controlled. If you don't control it, it will control you. So take charge of it. This is your body. This is your mind. You have the power to control it if you choose to, or it's gonna control you. Pretty much. That is what I want to say about this. This is all I have to say about this. If I missed anything, please let me know in the comments below. This was the quote of the day on our Owl Talk. Let me know what's your take on this quote. What did I miss? Let me know in the comments below. This was just my take on it. I have so much learning to do, though. I learn every day, and I would love to learn from you guys. How you guys see things. If this helped at all, anything that I said in this video, please give this a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to see more Owl Talk videos. And I'm really excited about these Owl Talk videos because there's so much out there, and I just want to be another one that makes it bigger, you know what I mean? And it's what fuels me. I like to learn from other people as well. It's just, people have different ways of seeing things, maybe that I missed out on. So I would like to know, you know, let's make this a journey where we uplift each other up. And I will share with you guys my take on these quotes, while you can share with me your take on these quotes. Well, that is all I have for you guys today, my loves. Guys, my weird, crazy, wild fam. I can't say children, but fam. Let's say fam. I'm the child. All together, we're fam. We're family. Anyways, so yeah, please let me know in the comments below. And if you have a favorite quote that you would like me to talk about in my Owl Talk videos, comment those below and let me know who it was from or who you heard it from. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace!